Hi everyone, and welcome back to Trade Precision. This is Giles here. It's Thursday, June 2nd, and we had one successful trade already this morning during our happy hour time. There's been some news out, so we're a little hesitant about trading around the news, and we're setting up right now we're looking at gold, which is the one on the right here. We also have oil up because that's what we did earlier, and we've got some potentials in there too. So Trade Precision, we trade multiple markets because of the fact that we use no indicators and we just look for true support or true resistance. We can look at a couple different things at the same time, or we can flip through charts and look one after another. My recommendation would be to get good at one, and this is what we're looking at. We're getting ready. It's looking for it to head on up towards that 1542 and 90 cents. That's what we're looking for. But my recommendation would be to get good at on one chart, and then move through. And if one chart is slow, maybe another one will be doing something. It'll also work on multiple time frames. On any time frame, you don't need to compare one time frame to the next, but it works on all time frames. So anyway, that's kind of what we do. This live calls room is open, and we start at 8 o'clock with our happy hour, and then we begin the official time at 9. And what we're actually starting on Monday, we're starting a pro room for people who own our system, and that's going to be open 9. And Mary will be working in that room and actually discussing the system. So like if you thought that you wanted to learn this and be able to really get an education every day in it, that would be the place to be. And it's both rooms are very reasonable for the potential that's here. And we're starting to move up in the direction that we're looking to go. We're still about a point away. Not quite. Look at that. Look at that. You didn't even see it on the change on the dome, but we hit our price, and it's going to touch it again. Yeah, we hit our price and didn't get filled, which I guess shows you one thing. You could say it shows you how good the system is, but or how unlucky we are. But that we called it right to the tick. So with not getting filled on this one, we're probably just going to have to cancel and wait for the next one. And that happens from time to time. It happens to all of us. So I guess we'll just have to cancel it. Well, sorry about that for our first trade. We had a couple things go on, but we also had the news, so that's why we've been holding off a little bit. But look at the rundown that the markets took, and now we're looking for a resistance level in crude oil. I've got the gold chart over on the other side, but we're looking for resistance in crude oil right now. And there, it hit our price, and now we're filled. And with that, we're going with a 15 tick stop now. So I'm going to move that up, and I'll get that changed on my strategy to a 15 tick stop. We just want to give these things an opportunity to work, and we're also trying to be right on top of it with our signals. So that's the main reason for that. And our hope is that we can get more. Although it's going in the wrong direction here, we can get more winning trades, more winning calls. So anyway, we're filled on this, and we'll show a couple different scenarios on stops. But the room's open every day. It's open, like I said, 8 o'clock, and we go until we've had a pretty good day, profitability rise. Otherwise, we're stuck here till 2:30. I've been in this for a little while now, and we're just at the break-even price, and came close on our stop, We missed it by about 3 ticks so far. Now we're getting down closer towards our first target. And these targets they're like arbitrary numbers, of plus 10. Someone in the room today was telling me he goes plus 7 on his first one, but we're trying, and the main reason for the first one is to try and get you into a free trade as quickly as possible, or in a no-risk situation as quickly as possible. This has taken a little while, but that's what we're trying to do, get into that no-risk situation. We're getting down, we're like 2 ticks away. So one thing, this is a very volatile market, but we feel very secure with it, because our stops are usually very good. But you can see it does move quite a bit. And there's some people that go for just 5 ticks on the first one, and they're satisfied with that. It all depends on where you come from with your trading. Because you'd have had your 5 ticks by now, and you could have your stop moved or whatever. Whatever. That's up to the individual. You could have your 7 ticks like that, and there we just got it. Okay. So we, and I'm going to move my stop on this trade, on this call. I'm going to move it down to one tick above my break-even price, or my entry price, I should say. 1 tick above my entry price. If I can get it, that the market's moving so much. There, it's 1 tick above, and we'll see if we can get down to that second profit target. We'll see what happens. Just to try and show different scenarios on what you can do, when you're in a trade, and really do what. And there, we got stopped out on it. And we're 1 tick above our stop out price, so that's good. You just have to figure out what's comfortable to you, and kind of work that way. So anyway, we'll see if we get something else. We have another level already in place in the room at 90.10. And this is what I was talking about. This one here, we're not too far removed from where we just were. We've got this level here at 90.10, and then we got filled already. Wow. And we hit it already, and we'll move our stop again to give ourselves 15 ticks. And looks like we just about need it. We got up to 19 so far, and we'll see what this thing does. Well, one more day this week. It's a 4-day week. Wednesday was a little bit hard. Tuesday was a good day, and Wednesday was a tough day in the live calls room. Like I said, next week we'll be doing more with 2 rooms. But overall, I just have to say, if you watch the room for a month, you should get comfortable, with our signals, and when we place it, and we place it very early, or we try to as much as we can, put our call in early, and like this, we're going to get ourselves into a free trade by going for 10, and like I said, some people would go for 5 and they'd already be there. Some people go for 7, they'd already be there. So it's up to you as an individual. Try and figure it out. We can try to help you out, but I think the main thing is that you have to try to have confidence on how you get in, and I have real confidence in how we choose our support and resistance levels, and enough confidence that I announce it in front of a room full of people. and that's I feel that good about it. And there we caught our first, which is good. That's great. We caught our first, and now let's move the stop. Just a little different this time. We'll move it to -9. That will mean that if it gets hit, we've only made 1 tick, which just about covers our commission. But if not, it's given it the most room to get to the second target and still stay in a free, where you're in a risk-free position. So if you come in, we talk about different things like that in the room. We look at a lot of different markets. We looked at oil, gold. You can look at just multiple markets. It works on all markets. It works on all time frames. So, and we're 2 ticks away from this second target here. And there we got fill. We got hit. We hit the second target. Got filled. Okay. Well, that's a couple different things. You saw a couple different scenarios today. The room will be open. There's no password to get into the room tomorrow, and we'll be back again one more day this week. Thanks a lot, everybody, for being with us, and we'll look for you tomorrow in the Trade Precision live calls room. Have a good evening, everyone, and if you have any questions, get in touch with Mario or myself. And hey, best wishes to in whatever you decide to do with your career here.